Hey guys, we're way up in the clouds. Today we're going to start our introduction off by doing a little Mad Lib reading. So we're going to start off by filling in these spots and then we'll read it out loud to you guys.
Okay, there's going to be a story at the end, and what you do, I'm sure you guys have seen this before. You know, you add a person, place, or a noun, adjective, plural nouns, and stuff like that, and you plug it in, and it'll lay out this little story. There's an app for it. It's really fun. I'd like to do this like every now and then. It'll crack you guys up. So I'm going to start off with Jeremy. Give me a noun. That's a person, place, or thing.
Oh, thanks, Troy. We're going to go with butt plugs, Troy.
Butt plugs. Butt plugs. Okay.
All right. Next.
Adjective.
And that's me?
That's you.
Adjective.
Yeah.
All right. How about...
Hairy, tiny, loose.
How about slimy?
Slimy. Slimy. All right, my turn. School. Oh, that should be hard. Let's see, a school. What's that school from Harry Potter? You remember the name of it?
Hogwarts.
Hogwarts.
Perfect.
Hogwarts. I guess I spelled that right. But
Yeah, I'll know what it is.
All right, verb ending in ing.
Verb ending in ing.
No, I can't help you. Verb ending in ing.
This is bad.
Squirting.
Actually, squirting is pretty fucking
Squirting, funny. Okay. Squirting it is.
Squirting.
You spell it right.
I-R.
Yeah, I got it. Shut up.
No,
I mean...
Yeah, you still spelled
it wrong again.
Damn it! There it is.
Yeah.
Autocorrect. Plural noun.
Plural noun.
That's more than one noun.
That's more than one. That's more than one person, place, or thing?
Yes.
Like testicles.
Yes.
No, yeah, fucker can help with that one.
Yeah, come on.
I didn't need help.
Testicles. All right, my turn. Type of game. Boy, I'm getting some easy ones.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, no kidding.
Strip poker. Where my mind's at. Adjective.
All right. Let's go one. Let me think.
You keep getting adjectives, don't you?
No, I get
Is it
nouns.
you?
Me.
Okay.
I got noun and verb. He got adjective.
Okay.
Fucking.
That's not an adjective.
It's an act. Or
Describing a person,
yeah,
place, or
that
thing.
fucking thing.
Okay, all right. Fucking.
Fucking.
All right, jeez.
Telling you.
Sorry. Plural noun.
Another one. How about
This is gonna be good.
another plural noun? How about ovaries?
I'm trying to. Ovaries.
Fucked.
Ovaries. Same noun, singular. Ovary.
Ovary?
Yeah.
That would be it.
Ovary.
A-R-Y. No, A-R-Y. O-V-A-R-Y.
Oh, you dummy. It's not like
There
I
we
have
go.
them. I mean, I don't have to put it down on my medical records.
Another adjective.
Adjective.
Let's go with fugly.
Fugly. Fugly.
Not even a word.
Oh, it is.
Not a word.
It is a word.
Adjective.
Ooh, another adjective. Let's go with funky.
Funky.
There's a lot of funky things in this
Not
world.
finky.
He keeps
My
wanting to put
fingers are
finky.
not that small. Sometimes it's not that easy.
So you're saying your fingers are finky?
I don't have a pen. Mine doesn't come with a pen, all right? You just stuff it back in there.
All right.
Is it my turn?
That's what
Animal.
she said.
An
You're
animal.
fucking serious?
Yeah.
Animal.
Unicorn. Unicorn.
And another
Another
animal.
animal.
Oh, another animal. Kangaroo.
Kangaroo. Thank you, autocorrect. Noun.
Why can't I get an animal?
Sorry.
Noun. Hitler.
That is a person.
That'll be interesting.
This is gonna be good. Adjective. Oh. Did we pick juicy?
No.
Well, we did now.
Damn, how many of these are
Noun. It's almost done. That's why we're only doing one.
Exactly.
there? Yeah, no kidding.
No.
No. Man.
I got one, but I'm not gonna say it.
Let's just go with president. See what comes up.
President.
The whole president, Hitler.
Who knows what it's gonna
You
say?
know that's what it's gonna
Adjective.
Fucked.
We're almost done.
Adjective. Let's go ahead and if we did juicy, let's go ahead with moist.
Moist. Oh man. A noun. Person, place, or thing.
Said you had one.
Labia.
Labia.
I think I spelled that right. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well. All right.
There it is.
Here's our story. We're gonna let Jeremy read here because he's a very good reader. This is the story that popped up.
All right.
Letter.
It is called Letter of Recommendation. Dear Director, I would like to recommend my aunt, Adam, for the job of assistant butt plugs in your slimy camp. He has just graduated from Hogwarts and has a degree in squirting.
I'm crying.
He has had experience teaching testicles how to play strip poker. Oh, God.
Oh man. I'm crying.
He is ambitious and fucking.
I am.
Way to go, Aunt Adam.
During school vacations, he used to work delivering for Ovaries, our neighborhood ovary store. He is a loyal. Oh, God. He is a loyal and fugly person.
Again.
And you wonder why I wanted to do this.
And will make a very funky counselor because he will work like a unicorn. And he is as smart as a kangaroo. He is also as honest as the Hitler is long. I promise you that this juicy president will make a very moist counselor for your labia. The end. Oh my God.
Oh, I think I peed a little bit again.
Yeah.
Oh man.
That's good.
Now
was
you
fun.
know. Now you know why I wanted to do this. If you guys like this, we'll do it again.
Yeah,
another
definitely.
time. I hope you enjoyed it. Phew. Wow.
But now, on to our subjects.
Shine a little light on me.
Keep in touch.
Shine a little
Oh
light
man. So for all you Star Wars fans out there, I'm sure you've seen the trailer for the first teaser trailer, actually full trailer for The Last Jedi. I'm pumped. I can't wait. I'm excited.
Oh, yeah.
We watched it over and over and over and over again. There's all kinds of course, being a Star Wars nut like we are, you know, the Star Wars universe is huge. I mean, if you just leave the novels and the books out of it, just the movies itself and what Lucas created in the movies, I mean, you can go this way, that way, this way with what can happen in the Star Wars universe.
Oh, absolutely, yeah, and I'm excited to see which way it actually goes. The trailer, I believe, is misleading.
Of course it is.
Yeah.
So-
They always are.
They're gonna put bits and pieces in there, and like you said, it's misleading to go, well, wait a minute, no, like Luke's gonna go to the dark side.
Nah,
I highly doubt that.
I don't think so. I don't think he's gonna go to the dark side. I don't think there's ever a way that Luke could go to the dark side. Luke
Well,
is the idol.
Definitely be a plot twist.
Luke is the idol.
Technically, he did go to the dark side, and he embraced it, and you know, this is where we're going to get a lot of comments. I guarantee it. All these Star Wars nuts that are out there.
Of course.
this topic is going to bring on some good stuff because and don't forget to hit the share button and look us up. Find us on Facebook, obviously, and we're also on YouTube.
Yeah, we also have our own Twitter page as well.
That's right.
We
Don't
have
forget
shared it
Twitter.
before. We can share it again on our Facebook page for anybody who hasn't gotten a chance to follow it yet.
Mm-hmm. So I guess
But-
I'm sorry. Go
Go
ahead.
ahead.
The big question is, who is Ray's parents, or who single parent, whatever? Where does she come from? I think if I had to take a wild guess, my first guess is that she is Obi-Wan Kenobi's granddaughter because there's some people out there saying that it's his daughter, which is mathematically impossible because 30 years ago he was an old fart and got slayed down by Darth Vader. Not to mention he would have had to been what age to have her,
Yeah.
so she would have been like 80.
Yeah. Yeah.
So.
Yes.
Yep.
My second guess would be that it actually is Han and Leia's daughter, and Kylo or Ben, whatever you want to call him, their brother and sister. It's just been hidden. So
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good way to look at it. I never even thought of it that way. But yeah, that would work. In a sense, I guess
mean-
it would work if they were twins.
right.
Yeah.
Again,
Could be.
twins.
Yeah.
Could've
You
been.
get,
Well, that's
you
what Luke
had
and
Luke
Leia were.
Yep.
You know,
Luke and Leia were
after
twins.
the
As long as they don't make out.
incestual kiss.
As long as they don't start, yeah. Couldn't like the Force have told you that it's weird?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
like in Back in the Future. Oh, that's just
yeah.
when he kisses Marty.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
this is. I guess this might have been where Luke embraced the dark side. I don't know. I don't know.
Did you see that? Did you see that meme? There's a meme out there where it's Darth Vader. He's choking Leia, and he's like, "Arr," and she's like, "Oh, Daddy." And he's like, "Huh?"
No, I did not
That
see
was pretty funny.
I
No,
did not
man. I
see
don't think I
that.
saw that
No.
one. That's pretty good, though.
So we're getting into the whole aspect of the Gray Jedi, which I think is badass.
Yes.
The Gray Jedi. There's a couple out there that people have talked about, like Liam Neeson's character. What was his name? Now I look like a fool because I can't remember. Qui-Gon Jinn.
Qui-Gon. Yep.
He was more of a Gray Jedi because he didn't really listen to the Council.
Yeah.
He kind of did his own thing. He was kind of a rebel.
Mhm.
So, but the Gray Jedi actually, as they call them Gray Jedi, according to the history, because I looked this stuff up because I'm I just love it. You know.
Yeah.
If you see in the trailer, there's a tablet with a symbol. That symbol, that symbol, if you look it up, is the symbol of the Gray Jedi, per se. But the original Jedi were labeled something different. We were just talking about this earlier. The original Jedi or Jedi, they used the dark and the light side.
Yeah.
So the original scripts and how it was taught, it got watered down and separated to where the Sith and the Jedi, that's where it all came from.
Yeah.
So it seems like Luke went to the temple, which we know he did, the original Jedi temple, and read these scripts, and now he's understanding, because of his training and experience and everything that happened, that the gray side, which he made a comment, the Jedi must end. In my opinion, that's what he meant. It must be the balance between light and dark, which in essence, can be where they say he brings balance to the Force, which he was, that's that whole storyline that was all the way back to the beginning.
Which could, in fact, make Rey 10 times more badass than Luke.
Well, he did say in the clip or the trailer that he's seen this power before. Now, was he referring to Rey or not? I don't know.
Yeah.
Or was Luke referring to Kylo Ren or Ben with his Force powers? Now we saw in the Force Awakens that she just started realizing her powers again, which I think she was trained when she was young. Just my opinion.
Yeah.
That she could fight back against his Force powers to manipulate the mind reading and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna shut up for a little bit because I've been running my mouth, but I love Star Wars, man. I really do.
Well, biggest thing about it is there's going to be a whole lot of speculation. There's going to be a whole lot of opinions, thoughts, maybe even reason as to why people believe what they believe.
Mm-hmm.
But the nice thing is, we'll find out when the video or the movie comes out.
Yeah.
So
I've seen people
super stoked for that.
People on Facebook are like, just shut up and quit worrying about it. But I mean, a real fan, I feel, in my opinion, they get excited about it. They want to know. They want to know. They want to know.
Oh yeah.
I mean, we're gonna go to the movie together. We're gonna hold hands
Oh,
and
yeah.
feel the Force together and get all excited and hug and You know,
Of course.
it's going to be a wild ride. So.
No, it's gonna be a lot of fun. And
Oh, the movie will be good too.
Yeah. yeah, for sure. No, I believe that there will be a lot of speculation. I mean, there's already a lot of speculation. You can read anywhere people's thoughts and what they're partaking on this and that and everything else. And I actually like reading that stuff. I like to see what other people are thinking. So. If you have anything besides what we're talking about here, comment. Let us know. Let us know what you guys think. On it. So,
what else did you get out of the trailer that you thought was interesting?
Well, the biggest thing I saw is we already know that Kylo Ren did end up killing his father, Han. So
was it suicide though? Did Han kill himself?
Exactly. I mean, that's a whole big thing. Did he do it because...
Is Han even dead?
Well...
don't... Come on now.
How hard is it to see that he had a freaking hole put through him by a freaking lightsaber, and he fell how far?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean...
Okay.
What are you getting at?
I'm just asking.
I'm just
asking.
But I mean...
Is Han even...
You're upsetting me.
No,
I'm
not.
kidding.
The way I see it is... The way Han looked...
Yet?
The way he was so calm about it, and the way he pretty much did not resist at all, it seems like he pulled the lightsaber into himself.
I agree with that.
So.
But I think he's dead. I think he's dead as a doornail. But
yeah,
But
I mean, my biggest thing is
Kylo
now
Ren's got the power. How does Han not have the power?
Because he wasn't a Force user. He got the Force. If the Force would have been passed down to him by Leia.
Okay. All right.
Not Han.
Right.
So
Han's not dead.
You see a clip where see a clip where Kylo is in his jet and Leia's in their big ship, and they're kind of, it appears to be looking at each other.
Mm-hmm.
Does he kill her?
I think so.
You could see her.
You could see you could see the turmoil on his face. He already killed his dad.
Yeah.
So to complete his path to the dark side, so Supreme Leader Snoke can complete his training to be on the dark side with the Knights of Ren, which is a whole new aspect of the First Republic. Rather than the Sith, it's the Knights of Ren now that Snoke is in charge of. Some people think that it's the Emperor reincarnated, which he may possibly have been able to do, because if you remember in the previous movies, he talked about his master, the Emperor, and his master. And there's a trivia question for you guys. Emperor Palpatine, who was his Sith leader, that taught him how to use midi-chlorians to cheat death. So maybe the Emperor did that, came back a little fucked up looking, but he accomplished it, maybe.
Well, Snoke ain't the prettiest guy either. So.
Well, that's what I'm saying. He came back as Snoke, Maybe he came back as Snoke. Maybe that's who he is. Who knows? But
I don't know. Or is Snoke just the new Emperor?
Could be.
Who got trained by Palpatine.
Right. Or was Palpatine's master.
Exactly. See? And it's a lot. So much.
I like that.
Either way,
so much.
Let us know your thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
talk with us.
Actually, what I did want to bring up, because you asked about what I liked in the trailer and what I want to see, what I'm waiting to see, Chewie's little friend.
Yeah, what's that little dude?
What is that little guy?
He's
he's awesome.
He's like a little owl type little, what are them, little
like
Furby?
Squirrel. I don't even know.
Furby.
Little
Furby with wing. Chewbacca's like, and this little dude's like,
and I think it's gonna be awesome. I like it.
But what's he do? Is he's like a little ornament?
I don't know.
Yeah, who knows?
I have no idea.
It'll definitely be interesting to see. I can't wait to see the little guy. It'll be kind of cool as shit.
It looks like a hamster that fucked a rabbit. I don't know. But yeah,
I want to know his name. I
want to know what this guy is. I like it. I saw him in a trailer. I want to know what the fuck he is or where he came from.
There he is.
That's him.
Hey, thanks, Mom. What's his name? We're looking at that. Way to go. He is. Oh, he
just
doesn't have
says
a name.
plushie.
Oh,
Little plush you got, but he's so cute. Can you see that? Where's he at? Right here.
He's right
there. If you push his button, he goes. Well, that's cool. So, do you guys think that Luke is going to go against Kylo, or do you think Rey is going to fight Kylo?
Well, Rey has to.
Yeah,
Kylo,
Rey has to.
Now she's.
I mean, especially if it comes out that they're brother and sister, it's just going to be all that more.
So they're going to
meaningful
kiss before they.
They might.
The
They might,
door.
little touchy feels, little something.
Little ass grabbing.
Yeah.
Reach around.
Hug,
Yeah.
kiss goodbye.
I thought it was interesting. Now here's another debate, and when he got shot by Chewbacca, which way to go, Chewbacca. To let him have it with his bowcaster, or whatever they call it. He kept hitting himself, and people were speculating that the pain caused Kylo to go further to the dark side, and he can initiate, using the dark side to empower him. And of course, Rey beat him.
Yeah.
So was it because he was injured, or was it because she was more powerful? Which is a good question, because it just came to her, and all of a sudden she's kicking ass.
Yeah. I still think that she's more powerful. I think she just doesn't know how to use it yet.
Yeah. I love the part where she has her hands down when the shit's starting to float.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like a Superman moment. Remember when it's
Oh,
Superman when he's like,
Yep.
But yeah, that's going to be interesting, man. I think The Force Awakens was. I think J.J. Abrams just redid another Star Wars. I think it was kind of stupid, actually. I got to be honest. Let's do the Death Star again, but make it bigger. I mean, come on. We've seen the Death Star how many fucking times on these. In the series, so can we think of something a little more original than another Death Star?
The one thing I will say that I hated, and it just seemed too cliche, too dumb, is when Darth Vader's like choking that one guy. And he's like,
You're talking about Rebel 1.
well, yeah, Rebel 1. But I'm saying
Rogue
the
One?
whole Star Wars,
Rebel.
this whole
Rogue One.
Star Wars series,
Rebel 1.
the whole Star Wars
Good job,
series. Like
Adam.
the one thing I hated is you have Darth Vader choking that guy,
And then he's like
and
this.
he's like,
And he's like
yeah.
this.
He's like, don't choke on your words. And it's like, okay,
Yeah.
that's a little cliche and cheesy.
It was neat to see Vader back, but I
Yeah,
think it could have
definitely.
been.
awesome
But
to see
they
Vader
made him
back.
corny.
Yeah.
They made him kind of corny. He definitely. No.
Well, not that
He
part was a
definitely
little.
was not like Darth Vader back in the very first.
No,
couple.
when he comes walking through that ship and just throwing
Oh, the
guys
end?
left and right.
Oh,
he's
the end was
fucking
great.
badass.
The end was great because they led.
That's different.
Well, you're right. They led right up into the original movie, which
Yeah.
me as a fan, I saw when I was a kid. I was
Yeah.
like, good,
No, of course, it's
Yeah.
so amazing. Like,
I mean,
they
he
were great.
whooped, and he was younger, and he was using the
course.
Force like.
Sexier. And...
Yeah, you can. Yeah. So we're excited. Can't wait to see it. Any questions, comments that you have about this? I mean, this. We can go on and on and on about Star Wars. I mean, we love it. We love it. If I had to choose, what would you? I mean, if I had to choose, I'd be a Gray Jedi because best of both worlds. But what would you be? A Sith, Jedi, Gray,
I don't know. I'd probably just be a regular Jedi.
regular Jedi,
Yeah, just a regular Jedi.
I'd probably be about the same.
a regular Jedi.
Yeah.
Or would you want to be that little dude?
Yeah.
I want to be Chewie, man. I want to be fucking Chewie.
That poor guy. He's going through so much
I
shit.
want to be an Ewok.
Fuck them little bastards. Them and fucking Jar Jar can go fly a kite.
Oh,
And the
come on, I
AT-ATs
like
are
the
back and bigger and better than ever. Look amazing. The AT-ATs.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Fucking
man.
amazing. Can't wait to see them in action again.
The
Been quite a while.
Ewoks were originally supposed to be the Wookiees, the planet of Wookiees, and then they changed it. I think it would have been more badass to see a bunch of Wookiees kicking ass rather than a bunch of
Bears.
Yeah.
bears,
Yeah.
They were
Fucking little
tiny bears.
little Care Bears running around. But hey, I
Still better than Jar Jar.
I'm not George Lucas. Fuck that guy, man. You see him coming back.
He completely ruined the entire first or second episode.
He comes back as a Jedi or a Sith. Misa gonna kick your ass. Boom, That's who Snoke is. It's Jar Jar.
Yeah.
Misa gonna teach ya.
He's an idiot.
Oh man. So again, send us your comments. Let us know what you think. We're super excited about this coming out. I'm glad.
Yeah.
I'm glad it's not next year. Get your tickets now, and maybe we'll go live when we go into the theater and when the movie starts, and we'll all be like acting like a bunch of little girls, all excited.
We could.
Yeah, something like that.
We'll do
It'll
something.
be damn
We'll do
close to
something.
that. All right. So anyway, On to our next subject. Shannon Sharpe. All right. Yeah. If any of you have seen or heard anything about him, biggest thing is, and to put it quickly, he's saying the flag is just a piece of cloth. So, our thoughts on that?
Well, first of all, you guys have watched our podcast before. You know my background. Obviously, it's not a piece of cloth. And I think what he said was disrespectful. And I think he just didn't think before he opened his mouth, because his whole speech, and he had a little segment that he was going on with the NFL and things like that. He made some good points. I'll give him credit for that. But that segment, that part where he said that it's just a piece of cloth, it could have been a pair of pants or a pair of pajamas, that we fly on a flag to represent our country. That's bullshit, dude. I mean, you might as well be Eminem just shooting stupid shit out of your mouth. I mean, you know.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, my biggest thought on that is, let's say you get your grandmother's ring. Somebody throws it out. Is it just a ring?
Yeah.
I mean, it's got some sort of significance to it,
mm-hmm.
you know? So that is pretty much what the flag is. It don't matter if it was made out of dog shit. That flag has significance, you know? There is more to the flag than whether it's just a piece of cloth, whether it's just a pair of jeans, whether it's a pile of shit. It's the significance behind the flag. It's what the flag represents.
Well, in any country, the colors on any country, it's a representation of that country. But to say it's just a piece of cloth is just the stupidest thing I've ever heard. You know, and I don't know, Shannon. I lost a lot of respect for you when you said that, and I think there's a lot of other people out there that feel the same way.
Yeah,
you
agree.
know, veteran, non-veteran, you know, just as Americans. I mean, come on, dude. I mean, I thought you were a hell of a football player, and you were. But, you know, and I know you put yourself on the line being on a talk show and everything like that, but just be careful when you start bringing the flag and everything into it and saying stupid-ass things like that. So,
I mean, somebody did make a statement also of kids didn't go to jail for burning jeans. They went to jail for burning the flag. You know, again, it doesn't matter if it is just cloth or jeans or whatever it is. It's the significance, what it represents. That's all it is. You know, so there's a lot more to it than just being a piece of cloth, and it's just really ignorant to say that that's all it is.
right.
Yeah, because it does represent something. It represents a lot, actually. It represents a lot more than what people actually realize it represents, and it's not just a piece of cloth. I mean, I don't know. I think maybe he wasn't thinking when he said it. I don't know. Like you said, I do respect Shannon Sharpe. He was a hell of a football player, and he makes good points all the time. And I do. I like that talk show.
Mm-hmm.
I do like
Undisputed's a good show.
It's a great show.
Mm-hmm. Skip's a big Cowboys fan, so
yeah. But no, I do like that talk show, and maybe he was trying to get, you know. I mean, that's not edited stuff. I don't believe it is.
I think it probably is, but
It could
maybe
be.
not. Maybe
I don't
not.
know.
Maybe not.
Honestly, I don't know if it is or not. But anyways, if it isn't, I mean, it's hard to say whether he meant what he actually said, or I don't know. It's hard to interpret it. I don't like to make judgment on it. I don't like that he said what he said. No, absolutely not. Because the flag represents a hell of a lot, and I know a lot of veterans would be pissed off. Well, probably are pissed off.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. I mean, first off, let me say this. Let's get football back to being what football is.
Mm-hmm.
Entertainment.
Yes.
That's
okay?
right.
I agree.
So why can't we do that? Why can't we get rid of all this fucking bullshit and just go back to being entertained by football players?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I want to see. That's what I want.
And they're still talking about this kneeling and everything. And we touched on this earlier about, you know, Goodell saying that, you know, we need to stand, guys, because you know it's killing us.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and come to find out that, you know, the whole reason that Kaepernick actually was sitting during the national anthem, and then he took a kneel because he got advice from a veteran who told him that we kneel in front of, you know, graves and everything for our fallen brothers. Well, that's okay. I get that, but it's still during the national anthem.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty, torn between, the decision that this guy made. I understand that it's still out of respect, but you stand. And then, yes, people put on Facebook. I've had people talk to me on Facebook. They said, well, you understand that the NFL was given $10 million by the Department of Defense because players didn't used to stand.
Yeah.
Well, they didn't used to stand, but now they do stand. That's the rules. Other sports tell you to stand. So stand.
Yep.
Do it.
Yep.
It should be a rule and a subject.
Yep.
Exactly.
And I don't need to tell you guys this is my opinion, but it is my opinion. You should stand. It's disrespectful. I'm sick and tired of these guys kneeling. It pisses me off. Mm-hmm. Flat out, straight up, stand during the national anthem. If you have something to protest, go ahead and protest it.
Yeah.
Not during the national anthem.
Yeah.
And yes, there are NFL players that go to these inner cities and things like that, and I've researched this. They donate their time and money to fund these causes that they want to, talk about and do these things. And I respect that. Not during the national anthem. Just don't do it.
Yeah. I mean, two big things right there is, you ever hear of the term unsung hero?
Sure.
Okay. Then why aren't they okay with doing what they're doing without the publicity? Just do what you keep doing and do it. Enjoy it. Love it for that. Don't have to be in the spotlight. Don't have to try and be a hero. You're an unsung hero to these people that you're doing shit for.
Yeah.
Leave it at that. That's enough. I
agree.
So, I forget my other point already. I'll just... But that, yeah.
So I guess we made our point there and everything. Do you guys want to move on to the next?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the Boy Scouts. Apparently.
Boy Scouts.
Yeah. I'm just gonna say this very quickly. This is my opinion, and I got to stop saying that because it is. We were talking about this last night.
Yes, we were.
This is a very touchy subject for me and you guys as well. I have no problem if you're transgender, if you're gay, whatever you want to be, but it's getting a little fucking silly with this. I'm a cat, I'm a dog, I'm a boy today. Oh, I feel like a girl tomorrow. Oh, I feel like a boy today. Come on, this is just getting ridiculous. On that, what's wrong with people that, like I'm a heterosexual man. There's certain things that I enjoy. I think that should still be a standard. The Boy Scouts, let it just be boys. There's organizations out there that are just men and just women. Why the hell do we have to listen to this bullshit where everything's just getting dissolved into, well, let's not hurt everybody's feelings because you're hurting my feelings because I'm transgender. You're hurting my feelings because I'm gay. You're hurting my feelings because I'm black. Blah, blah, blah. What about people that, as a white heterosexual, I got feelings too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But nobody seems to give a shit about hurting my feelings.
No.
You know what I mean?
It's okay for them to hurt our feelings, take away our rights, to give these people rights, and protect their feelings.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's ridiculous. It is Boy Scouts for a reason. Because it is for boys. Okay? You have Girl Scouts for a reason. For the girls. Alright, so leave it Boy Scouts, leave it Girl Scouts. You know what? You want an Eagle badge? Make it a thing in the fucking Girl Scouts. Don't come to the Boy Scouts and try and earn one. Mm-hmm. And it's not girls who identify as Boy Scouts. It's not trans Boy Scouts. It's nothing like that. It is Boy Scouts.
Right.
That's it. Because now you add girls into the equivalent, and now you have distraction. Boys are going to start getting distracted by girls. You know what I mean?
Possibly.
And that's a big thing.
Yeah.
And not only that, since you're a teenager and start having your crushes and liking girls and all this other shit, you're doomed with women the rest of your life. Give us our fucking free time before it comes to that. Let us have our peace as little boys. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Yeah. And it kind of, what do you think, buddy? I didn't mean to...
You didn't mean to
cut you off.
Cut me off?
Yeah.
Oh, is that what you did?
Yeah. I think I did.
I
Cut
thought
him
you were
off from
trying
the
to finish
silence?
my sentences.
I was. Well, I do that sometimes.
You're trying to finish my sentences. Now, yeah, it's definitely Boy Scouts for a reason. Everybody is getting offended by stupid bullshit. Like he said, there are certain man or boy clubs, whatever you want to call them, and then there's certain women. Leave them the way that it is. The Boy Scouts have been the Boy Scouts for how fucking long now? Does anybody even know?
Oh
I mean, I would imagine at least
early 1900s.
Yeah. easily. So let it be what it is. I mean, and you all want to talk about being offended and stuff like that. Well, I'm offended if I want to take my boy to Boy Scouts and all of a sudden there's a girl there.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, because it's a boys' club.
That
That's
offends
why
me
it's
too.
called Boy Scouts. So everybody wants to be offended. Well, now I'm going to tell you that I'm going to be offended if my boy can't be in an all-boy scout.
Yeah. So what are we going to do that? What are we going to do about that, government? Now, we do have a different president in here now, so maybe President Trump, maybe you can do something about that. It sure would make me feel better and sleep better at night.
Right?
I mean, not by any means, of course. Just got to state this. We're not saying that girls can't do the same thing guys can. You know, it is fully proven that women can do a lot of things men can do a lot of things women can. It's just, but we still have our certain roles. Yes, there is still a difference in sex, genders. I don't care how you look at it. There's that difference. You'll always have your women. You'll always have your men. There's nothing different about that, and it hasn't been different for the last decades.
Yep.
You know, centuries, whatever. It's always been men and women. So,
Well, you know, President Trump, and I mean, obviously the military and the Boy Scouts have ties, and Girl Scouts and the military have ties.
Yeah.
In a way. You know, President Trump got rid of transgenders in the military. And I think he did it for good reason. Because we don't need that distraction in there. And if you don't agree with me, so be it. But when somebody's trying to physically change their body while the military has a job to do, which is a very systematic job, a very cut and dry job, we don't need those distractions. And if you don't like what I'm saying, tough shit. But that's how I feel. And the same thing with the Boy Scouts. You don't need that garbage in there. If girls, you're a Girl Scout. You're a girl.
Yes.
Be a Girl Scout. And I don't want to ever hear that horse shit where, you know, a 14-year-old girl thinks she's a boy, so she should be allowed in the Boy Scouts. Horse shit.
yeah.
I agree.
I mean, Girl Scouts have got to stick around because I need to buy Girl Scout cookies from time to time.
Yeah, anyway.
And I don't need
absolutely.
Boy Girl Scouts.
Yeah.
Boy Girl Scout cookies. Like, I don't want fucking Boy Girl Scout cookies. I want Girl Scout cookies.
Gotta have my Thin Mints to put in the freezer.
Right.
Jesus Christ.
Right. Well, maybe in terms what the problem is maybe the Girl Scouts need to do more stuff like the Boy Scouts do instead of just selling the cookies. And I see, technically, I don't have a girl. I've never been around a girl that's been in the Girl Scouts. I don't know what the hell they do.
Yeah.
The biggest thing I know that they do, they sell cookies, and I eat the hell out of them. But no, I don't know what they do.
That's going to offend them.
I understand.
You know, that all they do is make cookies. They don't do anything else.
That's all I know that they do. I don't know what they do, but anyway.
I'm sure there's merit badges and things that the girls do. There's probably some similarities between the two organizations.
Yeah. But, so if that's the case, why don't they just have the Girl Scouts doing some of the stuff that the Boy Scouts do?
Hey,
that's
you know what?
That's a different opinion, a better insight in my opinion, because then you still have your Boy Scouts and you still have your Girl Scouts. If they want to be like us, then start making them do the stuff that the boys do.
There's parents out there, I'm sure, so you know that have their children in Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts. So chime in here, let us know what you think. You know, I mean, again, hit the share button, and we'll get this word out here. And I think that this is something that we should really address heavily. I think it's a big deal, and it really bothers me.
Agree.
You know, and maybe the Boy Scouts can start making cookies too, man. I don't give a shit. You know,
right? Exactly.
Boy Scout cookies. Sounds different, but that's okay.
But
so. Yeah, we
finally had an idea.
Please let us know. Please let us know what you think and share and get, like I said, get the word out. This is very important, and I mean, this is our children. and on that topic, I also want to say that I'm getting a little sick and tired of being so sensitive to everybody's damn feelings. I have a son. I have 2 daughters. I want to raise my son to be a man.
Yeah.
Okay?
Absolutely.
Hunting, fishing, all that good stuff. And I have 2 daughters. I want to raise them to be wonderful young ladies.
Of course.
Okay? Now, if they decide when they're older that they recognize as something else, I'll still support it. Won't be happy about it, and I'll be honest with you. I won't be happy about it. But I think it's just because of what society has said that everything is okay. I mean, literally, there's people recognizing as fucking cats.
Yeah.
So what are we gonna do now? Start putting litter boxes in public bathrooms and shit? I mean, come on, this is ridiculous. That's not normal. What's wrong with well, your normal is different than my normal. I mean, really. I mean, it's just I recognize as an alien with, I mean, come on. It's ridiculous.
It is. No, you're absolutely right. It is ridiculous.
I recognize myself as a fish. Somebody get me a bowl so I can go swim in it.
Yeah, exactly.
And take,
And then you're going to have gills artificially implanted inside yourself just so you can swim in the water. Yeah, that's not happening. I'm sorry. All right. Anyways, it is. It's all bullshit. Just like Troy's saying here. You can't. You recognize as a man or a woman. I'm sorry, but that's all you recognize as. I mean, that's the way it was created. That's the way it started from day fucking one. Leave it as it is.
Well, tell me this. Why is the suicide rate higher with transgender than any other, how do you want to word it, any other situation that's out there?
That's because people pick on them. I don't want to say anything other than people are probably picking on them.
Mm-hmm. Well, picking on them, they're taking medication to alter their body.
Yeah.
Something's not right there. It's got to screw you up by taking all these medications to transform your body from one gender to another.
Yeah, and do you ever see them fucking medicine commercials? There's always hundreds of side effects. One of them is usually depression, suicidal thoughts.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So you need to be careful. And if that's the reason that there's so much suicide throughout these people because of this medication, they need to maybe reconsider, Is it really worth losing your life over?
And you know what? If there's somebody out there that is transgender, chime in. Give us your thoughts and comments, because I'd be happy to talk to you about it. I'm not saying you're wrong, but I have my opinion, and I feel that I had to say something because I've been kind of, well, I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings because I'm a nice guy. Well, fuck that. This is how I feel, and I don't have anything against you. I mean, if, for example, if there's somebody that's transgender and they need my help, I'll help them. I don't know. It's very touchy, man.
No, I agree with you. I don't have a problem with what you want to be, whether you want to be gay. None of that stuff matters. Transgender, gay, lesbian, it doesn't matter to me. But stop labeling all this stuff as being I don't even know how to say it.
Normal?
Yeah, normal. Because it's not. Normal is a man and a woman. That's normal to me. But as far as saying that everything else is normal, technically it's not normal. It might be your normal, which is fine, but it's not the normal that everybody else sees. So when you do get picked on, when you do get thrown down and stuff like that, I understand fight for your rights. Mm-hmm. I do understand that. Yep. But they're making too much of a goddamn big deal about it, to be honest with you.
Well, they're trying to wash out what we find as normal. If we can all just agree to, if you want to be transgender, be transgender. If you want to be gay, be gay. But you're trying to wash out what people like ourselves, you really are. You're trying to wash it out. And I think, like I said, I'm bringing this back again. I'm hoping our government gives us a little bit of love back and lets us just say, hey, I'm a heterosexual man. If I say that on, here, somebody's going to be offended. Well, I'm transgender, or I'm something else other than you, and I'm offended by that. How can you be offended by it? Who in the hell am I bothering?
Yeah, exactly. But I think that about concludes our discussions. So
it was a good talk today. I think we touched on some good stuff. Again, we are on, obviously,
we are
Facebook.
Way up in the clouds.
Yes, we are way up in the clouds. We're on Facebook. Find us on YouTube. Look at our YouTube channel, our Twitter.
Yep.
Again, hit the share button, whatever side it's on for you, and get the word out if you really like these topics. We'd love to hear back from you guys, and that's probably about it.
Yeah.
Get on our YouTube and subscribe.
Yes, hit that subscribe button, share. We'll give you notifications.
You're already on your phones. Just push a button.
Yeah,
that's it.
Hard.
Anyways, guys, as always, thanks for listening. We appreciate you. Take care.